What's good, everybody? It's your boy Robin. I'm back with another video. The PlayStation 5. We finally got our first look at this. The PlayStation event was last week, and let's say the hype has begun for the PlayStation 5. For those of you guys out there who are PlayStation fans, this is the machine that we have been waiting for. Now, with that in mind, I am fired up about this, man. I'm an old school PlayStation guy from way back in the day. I think I've owned every PlayStation that has ever came out, and this one will be no different. I am looking forward to this. The stuff, the tech, the look. I mean, they're already been teasing the PlayStation, talking about it look like a Wi-Fi router, and among other a lot of jokes out there and memes and what have you. But I am looking forward to this PlayStation 5. The controllers are bigger, which is something that I'm looking forward to. The one thing about Xbox, the thing that I envy the most about Xbox was the actual size of their controllers, which in my opinion makes for a better gameplay, makes for better reaction times, all those little things that goes into playing video games. Those are the things you appreciate when it comes to using a larger controllers. Now with the PlayStation 4 from previous generations, you could buy third-party controllers that were a lot bigger in size, and you can actually buy some PlayStation 4 controllers that configure in a similar manner to the Xbox. But those days are gone now that PlayStation Sony has corrected, in my opinion, one of the flaws of the previous generation PlayStation with a much larger controller. So let's check out some of the specs. PlayStation 5 release date, design specs, and news for the PlayStation 5. This article is on the Tech Radar's website, so if you're interested in checking that out, it's written by Vic Hood and Gerald Lynch, and got some nice information on the PlayStation 5. The PS5 next generation console with release dates confirmed for late 2020. Now, the Future of Gaming event, which took place June 11th, we finally got our first look at the PlayStation 5 design, game lineup, which include the likes of Horizon Forbidden West and the remake of Demon's Souls. Now, the PS5 design reveal what was a shock, and it did include a few surprise unveilings of the PS5 Digital Edition. Now, that's the one that would not come with a 4K Blu-ray player, and a lot of people are predicting that the Digital Edition will be the top selling PlayStation this year. Now, Sony didn't reveal the PlayStation 5 prices. They're kind of leaving a lot of that for speculation, but people have been coming up with their own ideas of what they think this will cost. Some people are expecting this thing to cost anywhere between $450 and as high as $600. Personally, I would not be surprised if this thing came close to being $700. Now, a lot of people may say, well, that's a lot of money. I ain't gonna pay it. I ain't gonna do it. But in a generation where people are paying $1,000 for flagships, paying $700 for a PlayStation 5 may not be that much of a stretch. Now, you gotta understand this. When the original PlayStation 4 came out, flagships were pretty much the same price of a PlayStation 4, or maybe $100 to $200 above that, but we were paying for it on monthly installments, or we never actually kept the phone long enough to pay it off. But at the same time, we didn't bat an eye at a $650, $500, or even a $700 price point on cell phones. So now that cell phones are $1,500, $1,200, $1,000, $700, if it does reach that point, isn't really, I mean, if you try to wrap your mind around the fact that these consoles, these video game consoles last 10 years, they have 10-year generation cycles, and most people keep a phone 2 to 3 years, and I think the breakdown over 10 years into 700 and 2 years into 1,500, the monthly, if you broke everything down on a monthly payment standpoint, you get more of your money's worth purchasing a gaming console. So with that in mind, PlayStation did come out with a few top flight games that I'm very interested in. Spider-Man, the Miles Morales version, will be hype. I am looking forward to this. Some of the driving games, Gran Turismo 7 will be off the hook. I am not a driving driver, but I can appreciate it. Ratchet and Clank is going to be hot. And you got the Project Athena game that looks pretty good. Don't forget Grand Theft Auto. You got games like Stray, where you're playing the game from a cat's perspective, which is pretty weird. Returnal, everybody, is into those type of games. You're looking forward to that one. Sackboy, A Big Adventure is also going to be a pretty hype game. So with that in mind, the PlayStation opening month lineup will be first class, off the hook, can't be beat for exclusives. Now, like I said, the DualSense controller is a impressive feature. It will have haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and a built-in mic, which really stands out from other controllers. And again, like I said, there will be a 4K Blu-ray player that will be backwards compatible, so you don't feel like your PlayStation 4 library has gone to waste. So with that in mind, I am totally hyped about the PlayStation 5. I am looking forward to it. I've just recently purchased an Xbox, so I'm trying to get into getting the feel for Xbox. Maybe I will pick up both systems, the new PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox system. But I just want to know your guys' opinion. Which gaming console are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the new PlayStation or the new Xbox? Leave your comments down below. Let's start a discussion. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have any other questions, please leave those down below. Other than that, I'll catch everybody in my next video. I'm out.